The master planner at Kanantik is Bob McMahon from RMA International, which is a landscape design and planning firm. And fortunately for us, Bob is located and based in Huntington Beach, California. Bob's worked on projects from all over the world, from hotel projects to master planned communities, residential communities, retail and commercial. And so he brings just a wealth of experience to the table. We don't want to fit every single lot that we can get into every square inch of the development. We want to make sure that we've got plenty of open space, plenty of green space. Our idea is that we're building a community. We're not necessarily just doing a development. And, Bob really shares that vision with us, and he's been critically important for us from day one. I've been really blown away at the amount of work that Bob has been able to do on such short timelines. Sometimes that we've been a pretty hard taskmaster for him, giving him, almost mission impossible. And the guy delivers every single time for us. And so he's just also a pleasure to be around. Bob's just a great guy, somebody who meshes well with the rest of the development team, and somebody that we're really pleased to have involved with the development. A wealth of experience, and somebody that I'm proud to call my friend. And I think you'll be very excited with the way that Bob has laid out this residential community. And it's just going to create an outstanding lifestyle for all of our owners at Kanantik Belize.
Well, my background, I'm from Syracuse, New York, upstate New York, where it gets nice and cold and snowy in the wintertime. I went to Syracuse University, and after college moved to California, and now I reside and work in Huntington Beach. My job description is basically landscape architecture and land planning, and got into it by accident. As a kid, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. My dad thought that it would be good if I go out into the yard and play and do yard work, and then I found out about design and was able to do drawing, and just had a great off-campus experience in Italy in college. And then after that moved to California, and basically I worked for a company for 20 years doing a lot of international projects. The projects that I've completed up to date are a lot of international resort hotels, Ritz-Carlton hotels, Four Seasons hotels, the one and only Palmilla in the Bahamas, the Bacar Resort in Santa Barbara. That's most of my experience is resort hotel design. And then I've had the opportunity in the last 5 years to work on projects in China and the Philippines and Vietnam as well. Well, I had met the owner, Luke, through a mutual friend, and expressed interest in working on the project and becoming part of the team. And he brought me into the project and gave me some big challenges, and we're here to make it work. My role is primarily the land planner, and looking at the overall land functions of the land uses and laying out the community where the home sites will go, where the road systems, the parks, and all the community function buildings. And then doing very site-specific work on the landscape design for the golf course edges as it relates to the home sites, the main entry clubhouse, the main entry building, and the rest of the landscape design of those areas. We had the opportunity to invite Casey O'Callaghan into the project. I had recommended him as the golf course designer that should be involved in this project. I had past experiences with him on other projects as well. And we are working with Casey to look at the land and how we can preserve as much as possible with the trees and the landforms, and to work with him in adjusting the course as needed on site and having that relationship to where the home sites will go. And with Gary, he's the golf course contractor that is being brought on board that was recommended by Casey, and has a lot of experience to be working on this project. And he has begun to lay out and stake out the golf course as it's basically exists on plan now. So we went down to the site to review that together and made adjustments as needed, because there's always differences on paper than there is in the real world. When When I heard the word Belize, to me it just seemed relaxing, it seemed fun, exotic, just a place that you would go to enjoy the weather and the conditions of the environment that it is there. I've been to several areas throughout Mexico, Central America, Costa Rica, but I've never been to Belize before this project. The expectations are, we set a high standard in whatever we do, and the site's beautiful. It's really interesting. You don't notice it from the air, you don't notice it from paper, but when you're actually down on the site and you look at the views to the mountain sites that are in the distant range, you look at the Caribbean pines and the canopy that they create and the nice breezes that come through the site and the area, the whole region, it's just really relaxing. We are here to create a world-class community for the client, and I just think that this project is just going to be a top-notch destination. There's really good synergy with the whole team, and great designers, great client, a lot of fun to work with, easygoing. One of the things that's very interesting about this project for us is generally in land planning, a client will ask you to maximize the site and almost overdevelop it and put on more lots. And each time that we've come in to present our projects with the client, they've asked us to provide more open space. They want to see less, development, less road systems. So it's a very unusual condition. So knowing that, you don't really have that often when you work on projects of this scale. So it makes it much more fun, much more interesting. I envision Kanantik, Belize becoming just a great destination, a place where people are really going to enjoy living there. I was thinking about this the other day. I've had the opportunity to work on community projects all over the world, and it's very unusual that you'll have a community that has a beach club and that they'll have golf and that they'll have the open space that our project has, an island, all these various amenities, recreational amenities that there's not many places in the world that create stuff like that. So I think that's going to be a really unique destination for people. I would tell a prospective buyer to definitely buy in the community. It's a beautiful place. The client is very sincere in building this project, and they expect a high standard in terms of the design and in the standard of architecture, the sense of the community that's going to be created. There's nothing like it, and I think that you would feel like you would have to be there because it's so relaxing and so enjoyable.